Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Be Weird broadcast. We got ourselves some background noise. Just killing that off. How you doing today? I'm coming in hot. It's been a crazy news cycle. This story just won't quit. This truck got wheels. Story got legs. All those things. And yeah, Loud Tyrant Youth, the police chief Sloly has resigned. And we're gonna dig into that, what it means, why it matters, who people say he was, let's say. And yeah, it's not a straight story. The only really good reporting I've seen on it did not paint a clear picture. Yeah. It's like slowly, like the caravan's moving slowly. Are we talking about the caravan? The blockade? No, the police chief. Who? Holy cow, Canadian politics. Make them boring again. Am I right? So we're gonna get into it. I'm about to sneeze. It's creeping up on me. I know it's gonna happen at some point. At some point I'm gonna sneeze. I can just feel it happening. So buckle up. We're about to dig into all of the guns. All the guns that they keep finding. Just oodles of them. And what that means for the people who were caught with those guns. Sound good? Let's go. And we'll be streaming for a few hours until like about 9:15. I do have to work. All right. So, breaking. Here are names and charges of the first 11 protesters arrested at Coots yesterday, all charged with... There it is. Excuse me. I wish I could have muted my mic in time. Golly gee. I might have to go get some Kleenex. Be right back. Bollocks. Okay, so check this. The 11 protesters arrested at Coots yesterday, all charged, every single one of them, were charged with possession of a weapon, plus mischief to property over $5,000. That must be the blockading the bridge. 3 were also charged with conspiracy to murder. Sheesh. That's not looking so good. 1 was also charged with uttering threats, such an odd phrase. Young roommates among 9 others charged in blockade at Coots, Alberta, judge hears. 7 of the protesters arrested in connection with the blockade at the Coots, Alberta border crossing have been granted bail by those accused of conspiracy to murder RCMP officers. They remain behind bars. The first 11 protesters to be arrested ahead of 2 others who were taken into custody later on Monday made their first court appearance Tuesday afternoon on charges that include conspiracy to murder, mischief, and possession of a weapon. The on and off blockade of the normally busy border crossing by people opposed to COVID-19 health restrictions has lasted more than 2 weeks. The arrest followed an RCMP raid of trailers in the early morning hours on Monday when officers seized gun, body armor, a large quantity of ammo, and high-capacity firearm magazines. We covered that in detail. Yeah, that's they're in big doo-doo. Big doo-doo. Most of the accused face charges of mischief. 4 also face an additional charge of conspiracy to murder, with 1 man also charged with uttering threats. So let's see the premier react to this. Let's see what the premier says about people bringing guns to a protest. I'm curious.
It is very disturbing.
Don't give me that. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Oh man. Oh jeez. 20 seconds of this. Oh my god. Okay. We'll at least escape it. In a news conference late Tuesday afternoon, RCMP confirmed the conspiracy charge related to allegations the four were planning to kill officers. I can tell you that it was toward RCMP members, said the chief superintendent, I think, Trevor Daru.
People involved in this protest ramming RCMP vehicles. It's not the first time. There was an incident at checkpoint 10 about 15 kilometers north of Coots where a protester rammed through a blockade, narrowly missed a police officer. But what is more disturbing here is the discovery of a cache of weapons and a large cache of ammunition and the intelligence gathered by the RCMP about a core group who apparently had violent intent. This is extremely concerning. And I think, look, let's be clear. There have been tens of thousands of Canadians involved in various protests over the past several weeks. And I am sure that the vast majority of them are law-abiding and peaceful Canadians.
Yeah, we're looking at the premiere right now.
But what we now know at Coots, following an exhaustive investigation from the RCMP, is that there is, at least in that case, a small cell of people,
just a small cell,
who wanted to take this in a very dangerous and dark direction.
Sells everybody.
So I once again would like to thank the RCMP for their diligence, their restraint. There's been a lot of efforts to politicize the situation at Coots, demanding immediate enforcement over recent days. I understand that expectation, but it was important for the government to work with the RCMP to avoid further inflaming the situation until they could address the security risk posed by that potentially violent cell group. So this is deeply concerning, and I think it should send a message to all of the other folks who were not aware of that cell. This is not to paint them all with the same brush, not doing that. But this should send a message to the hundreds, perhaps thousands of other sympathizers who have been in and around the border area. Time to go home.
Wow.
Right now.
Wow. That's not where I thought he'd land on it, but okay, there you have it. Even the Premier Kenny is saying end these protests. Like, people are using them to try to commit really serious crimes. Like, very dangerous crimes. 22 years old. 18! Oh, Jenks, your whole life is fucked. What's the min-max? Oh God, I hate trying to read the criminal code. This is awful. This is always awful. Commits public mischief. I just wish I need a journalist to explain this to me. Oh, it's too much reading. I don't know what the what they face. Back in court, yada yada yada, and it doesn't say in the article. We'll find out, I guess, in a few days, like what the prosecution is asking for, I guess. I am not a lawyer. Okay, all right. Good first story to wake up to. So hard too, because at 18 you should know better. I don't know, man. Easy to get swept up. Yeah, like it's hard to know how long life can be, and or how short it can be, and you get swept up, and like, look, like 44, an 18-year-old following full-grown adults, you know, unless these are from different areas. Let's see here. Raymond, these people don't have areas. 2 additional people. So the 18-year-old and the 22-year-old, here we go, all in Raymond. And the 23-year-old, Raymond. Interesting. But Lethbridge had the older folk in their late 40s. Very interesting. Trudeau is a commie. Okay. It's against the law to question Trudeau. Okay. No, exactly. It's so confusing, but like, that's so life ruining. Yeah, I think that's like game over, you know. Like, I don't know how you come back from that. Okay, moving on. Justin Ling has had quite a few good threads. He is just crushing it on the news front. So he has a Guardian piece we might check out, but the RCMP, yeah, we just discussed the people charged with plotting to murder. But here we go. In a video posted yesterday, Jeremy McKenzie, who was somewhere around Ottawa for the occupation, calls the weapons seized in Alberta community-associated paraphernalia. He proceeds to admit he knows them, has been in touch with them, then says he'll die for this cause.
Please, guys, and if you're the playing type, if you're not, if you just want to give a shit, please, in your thoughts, keep the boys in Alberta. They got arrested.
This is like massive DMCA. I don't know how I'm going to be able to... God damn it.
We haven't heard from them. We don't know what's going on. There's some rumors they're getting fucking charged with some heavy shit.
So, yeah, I don't think I can play that without getting DMCA'd, so I'm just gonna point that out. There's another piece here following the RC. This is from the Canadian Anti-Hate Network. I might have pulled it up on another thread, but they had some interesting shit. There was this image set that was going around: Coots versus Ferry Creek blockades. Now, this is a blockade stopping international trade, costing hundreds of millions of dollars, and some people in Alberta were caught with fucking weapons, with plans to murder RCMP police. Okay? And these were Indigenous land defenders trying to prevent a corporation from coming in and like reclaiming ownership over old growth trees that they wanted to chop down. It's wild, the difference. Absolutely wild. Ferry Creek was like quite the story to dig into. Journalists got arrested and stuff. So that's not good. So that's not very good. Not good at all. U.S. Freedom Convoy inspired by Canada bids to organize for Washington trip. Effort to launch Convoy taken shape, but diffuse organization make it difficult to predict size of protests or what it wants. So the American Freedom Convoy, we've had a couple Americans come up in chat and ask about it. This looks like a Canadian trying to like divine what's coming. So we might check into that a bit later. How do you know they were planning to murder police? You have zero proof. Show us proof. So Crawford, I don't have proof. The police would have that proof. And at this point, there are allegations. We actually don't know if they committed the things that police said they did. What's going to happen is, like, the reason we know about this information is because the police have brought these allegations to court, also known as a criminal charge. The defense has heard it, and now the people being charged have a chance to defend themselves, give reasons for why they had all this equipment. But when you get caught with certain like items, like high-powered weapons, especially in Canada, this is not America, we have very different gun laws, and police can put it on a table and take a picture of it. It's called evidence, and some evidence is incredibly damning. So the court of public opinion is free to judge however the fuck it wants. Like, I can make a decision, a snap judgment right today, and nobody can stop me. But the court has to actually present the evidence, and people have a chance to defend themselves. At least that's the idea. So we won't know for a fact whether these people did these things for another like year or two, unless they cop a plea deal, which often happens. Okay, so same guy. I'm in Ottawa right now. I spent my afternoon riding shotgun with PD McLeod, checking out some of the occupiers' satellite encampments outside the city of Ottawa itself. A few thoughts. These sites are far away from the downtown core. They're private property that's been given to the occupiers' truckers to use. We saw a few dozen trucks. Some folks were downtown for the day. Campers, porta potties, and some large tents, which serve as the mess hall. At the main site, we were stopped by their security men, before we could drive in. He was perfectly friendly and said he was there, at least in part, for their own protection. Quote, "We had the crazy woman came in the other night trying to run people over," the guard told us. Crawford, that's an immediate ban. That's an immediate ban. See you later. We don't do Holocaust denial in this thread. We don't. You're gone. What the fuck? Bye. Jesus. Ugh. God. Internet. Chill out. But it's worth noting that these places are very rural. There's no way police are consistently monitoring these sites. Quote, "We don't need the police," the guard told us. "We police ourselves. It's private property." I know, right? Holy cow. "This is literally George Orwell's 1969 Animal Crossing." Just make this joke every morning. I'll just keep making this joke. It's apparently where we're at. These places are pretty busy. Trucks, buses, cars are moving in and out. The folks we spoke to were friendly, but cagey. When we asked about who called the shots here, there was some hand waving, but no clear answers. These sites represent a major problem for the city. They are basically forward operating bases for the downtown occupation. If police move in, these guys are probably going to be called in to help. We asked what impact the Emergencies Act had on their plans. All of the guys shrugged. "I'm not afraid. I know my rights," one said. So, cool. Just some forward operating bases, everyone. You know, you gotta be able to call in the reserves. You're not any kind of standing army if you don't got reserves. How are you gonna adapt to a fluid situation? Yeah, so that's a thread. That's a thing. That's a thing that's happening. Same guy. I am genuinely, so we were like at the exterior, now we're coming into the interior to the downtown core. I am genuinely shocked at the state of things in the downtown core. Whatever benefit Mayor Watson thinks he achieved by striking a deal with the occupiers, I don't see it. They've entrenched themselves considerably since the first weekend. Some lanes have opened up, yeah, but the occupiers have erected small villages throughout the downtown. There's a tent for a Nova Scotia kitchen party Monday and Tuesday, so hey, we just missed it. It's Wednesday. There's a gym. Oh, cool. A gym, everyone. Soy. There's little kitchens and pantries. I see no health problems with that. I see propane tanks and gas canisters everywhere. Awesome. Paint the town red. The tickets being issued? Well, incredible. Good day, Canadians. Good morning, JJ. Howdy doody. We're learning about the state of my capital city. Okay, here's somewhere where I actually disagree with this guy. One thing that jumps out for me is just how they've turned the parliamentary precinct into their own misinformation dream board. This makes me particularly sad. So here he's kind of like going across all the signs and just like conspiracy theories. I don't know, this is like the one thing I actually was okay with. This is just traditional protest stuff. And if you're okay with it with other movements, you're okay with it here, even if their ideas are bad and they should feel bad. Like, I don't know what you're going to gain by saying like, no, don't put your signs up like at a protest. Like, come on. Although this is an illegal protest, it's an occupation at this point. I actually don't have, he's particularly saddened by this. I'm not saddened by this at all. I think this is whatever. This is just fucking words. Words are wind. So yeah, that's a thing. So how is this happening? How organizers with police and military expertise may be helping Ottawa Convoy protests dig in. This is CBC. This is Judy Trin. She's like a really good reporter. Like a lot of the threads have just boiled down to like Judy Trin and Justin Lang, just like really solid on the ground reporters who are just like talking to people, taking pictures, that sort of basic reporting. Those involved with organizing protests include former RCMP and military officers, and we talked about how some support from the Netherlands. Okay, well, welcome. We've in the here in Canada, our opinion has very much shifted. What we thought was a labor movement has increasingly turned into like an alt-right occupation, and people are doing bad things. Like people are getting caught with weapons and plans to kill the RCMP. We've got people trying to set residential buildings on fire. People like flouting the court order to stop honking, and the Dutch government is also all World Economic Forum. Yeah, like I understand the desire to read this as like the labor has, you know, the masses are rising up against the globalists, but it's really not. It's like foreign dark money coming in from America and like content mills from Bangladesh whipping up people on Facebook. It's hard to read this as like a populist movement. Like it just, there's so little there. For nearly 2 weeks, anti-vaccine mandate demonstrators and their big rigs have entrenched themselves in Ottawa's parliamentary district and its neighborhoods. Despite a strategic strike by police to cut off supplies to truckers encamped in the city's downtown core, protesters appear to still have the upper hand on police. It's a success that experts partly attribute to the deep knowledge of law enforcement and military tactics that exist in the Convoy's organizational structure. And like, honestly, this is what a lot of lefties have said right from the beginning. Like, police have a hard time policing their own kind. They have a hard time stopping like those they're sympathetic with. The group Police on Guard, formed during the pandemic, has endorsed the truck convoy. On its website, it publicly identifies more than 150 mostly retired police officers who are against government-imposed public health measures, such as vaccine mandates. More than 50 former Canadian soldiers are also named on its site. Damn, words. Yeah, 3 weeks. I've never heard of a protest. The only protests I know that have gone on for that long were like, we're not in like little pockets, you know, like they were 3 weeks because they moved around. They went from this city to that city. They were global in that sense. And here it's 3 weeks in one city in Ottawa. And then the other ones like fizzle out immediately and people are getting arrested for doing crazy shit. The organization says it has boots on the ground in Ottawa and has linked to YouTube videos of its members participating in the protest. Ooh, we have a video. No. Ads? Don't you do it. Ah. The organization says it has boots on the ground. The leadership team for the protesters calling themselves the Freedom Convoy includes Daniel Bulford, so we'll look out for that name, Tom Quiggin, former military intelligence officer who also worked with the RCMP and was considered one of the country's top counter-terrorism experts. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. An ex-military officer. I wonder if he was discharged honorably or not. According to LinkedIn, served in for 25 years.
He's descended on this illegal camp beside it.
Stop spreading false narratives. Can you make me? I'm pretty sure I'm the only one with the band hammer here.
An Ottawa baseball stadium, seizing diesel and gasoline, stunning protesters.
They came in and they were taking the fuel. They were showing force by standing there with their weapons.
Look at all that force.
This was a targeted strike to choke off the fuel supply to hundreds of truckers, wreaking havoc near Parliament Hill.
The violence. They're taking their gas.
The owner of the baseball team and the lot questions why it took 9 days for police to take action.
We have, from a safety aspect, asked for help from the police to ensure that things are controlled. We never authorized any long-term stay or any overnight use.
The coordinated
Look at that reaction. Yeah. This is such a pleasant protest. Oh, yay. Oh, freedom. Oh, God. Oh, look at her face. Oh, she did not like that. No one likes that. No one likes it when someone randomly honks in your ear. And if you do, you're lying.
The coordinated protest
That's the normal human reaction.
began on January 29th.
Oh, treason. Oh, right. Even though he won an election.
Hundreds of transport truckers rolled into town to
It's the media that's the real virus.
protest vaccine mandates. Criminologist Michael Kempa researches policing.
Look at the sophistication of what they're setting up in terms of an encampment in downtown Ottawa. It looks like a military operation.
Oh, I've been saying that since day one. And I'm not part of the liberal elite.
There is likely no policing solution to this.
Oh, no.
Different people call the standoff different things, but everyone agrees it was meticulously planned, perhaps because of the experience of some planners. Tom Quiggin is one of the lead organizers. He used to work for the very government he now calls the opposition.
I would say the opposition to this point doesn't actually have a strategy. They have a sort of weak goal in that they want the streets cleared, but they have no real idea how they want to get there.
Then there's Daniel Bulford, once part of the Prime Minister's security detail. The former RCMP officer quit after refusing to get vaccinated.
We've been completely open in sharing information about anything that could be public safety or security related.
I tried to watch his resignation. A friend sent me a link to it, and it was 50 minutes long. And I swear to God, he's getting close to tears in parts of it, and honor and country and all these really big words were coming out of him. He's just clearly felt very dignified in that moment. So I'm not surprised to see him here.
According to the site Police on Guard, there are more than 150, mostly retired officers across the country who don't support vaccine mandates. A video posted last week showed some protesting in Ottawa.
Whatever. If they're retired, I don't care. But if they're not retired, I really do care. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's not okay.
There have been moments when police, outnumbered, were pushed back. And even after Sunday's raid, protesters broadcast their determination to dig in.
Have you ever heard of that? Police, outnumbered by protesters, were buffeted back, who had no tools at their disposal to deal with large crowds. It's they completely forgot about any Geneva Convention banned, materials that they could be using.
Showing in a Facebook video that their camp remained intact.
People are still in high spirits.
Oh,
Donations are still here.
I mean,
money.
It's shocking to me that they were underestimated.
Amarnath Amar Singh says the video shows coordination and the ability to bounce back.
They're kind of preparing for occupation in a sense, and so I think they've shown that whatever weaknesses were initially prevalent in the movement, they're able to kind of fix those quite quickly.
Yeah.
The ranks of the Ottawa police are being bolstered by Mounties and provincial police. Meanwhile, support for the protesters is growing too. They've raised more than $5 million on a new crowdfunding platform to prolong their encampment.
Wow.
Judy Trin, CBC News, Ottawa.
Okay, so that was a bit of backstory about how the hell they're actually going around doing all this stuff. So here's that same reporter. For me, there's something unsettling about the sight of a black police chief being undone by a group of predominantly white men flouting laws. Yeah. A long thread on the tensions within the Ottawa Police Service that may shed light on what action is and isn't being taken. Peter Sloly was hired as chief in 2019. There were high hopes he would help heal the deep racial divide that took place between OPS and the black community following the 2016 fatal arrest of Somali-Canadian Abdirahman Abdi. Judge me by my actions, Sloly said. Sloly was coming into an OPS force where many white male officers were feeling they were passed over because of efforts to hire and promote people of color and women. Here's my report on the leaked diversity census. Also, there was anger among OPS officers when Sloly launched an investigation into a racist meme in the summer of 2020. Some officers didn't think it was racist. The racist meme, it was the I just heard it. The the Hitler speech thing, 999, that meme, and they like redid the subtitles so it's like as if Sloly was Hitler talking about white police officers, and he thought that was racist, and some of them didn't. Somehow, this is fine. At around the same time, Chief Sloly helped to settle a human rights complaint alleging racial discrimination. The complaint was launched during the previous chief, Charles Bordelot's tenure. Interesting. In September 2020, Sloly came under fire by his officers after he wrote an op-ed in the Ottawa Citizen acknowledging systemic racism on the force after video of a traffic stop was shared on social media. So that's probably the 2-minute, 20-second video showing this driver's interaction with an OPS officer was posted on social media. Can we watch that? Where is that? This is getting interesting.
Rental agreement?
Yeah, 1 second.
Thanks, man. How long have you had this rented for?
Huh?
How long has it been rented for?
Oh no, my car break down, and 1 second.
And another question, you just turned that on, right? Like you didn't have that while you were driving?
No, I just turned it on. Yeah.
Thank you. Do you have your driver's license as well, sir?
Yeah, I have my driver license.
Thank you. How long has it been rented again?
Oh, the insurance rented for me.
No, how long have you had this rental?
I don't know.
When, you don't know when you rented the car?
No.
Because it seems like a while. If the validation tag expired in December.
Well, you call Enterprise. That's not my car. I don't know why you're pulling me over, first of all.
I explained to you the validation.
No, but this is a rental car.
The onus is on the driver, though. The onus is on the driver to have validated plates.
Well,
you're driving a car with no validated plates.
That's not my problem. That's
Enterprise.
Enterprise.
You're the driver.
No, that's not my problem. You call Enterprise.
You're the driver.
Look at the receipt.
When I give you the ticket, it's going to go to the driver, not Enterprise.
So you give me a ticket for Enterprise.
You're not understanding. The onus is on the driver to make sure the vehicle he is driving is valid.
So when's the plate was expired?
That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking when you rented, because it expired in December, sir. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, it's not been a long time. It's been renting.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Can I go see? Can I go see? You tell me the plate is expired. Can I go see?
Come on. It's right here.
This is an odd one. Dario?
Oh, that's my mistake.
No, that's your mistake.
That is my
Oh,
mistake.
Did you see because it's a black person?
No, stop it. No.
No, come on. That's not
I didn't even see who was driving the car. Look at the plate, sir.
Huh?
I didn't even see who was driving the car.
No, because I've been getting pulled by police officer asking me where I'm come from. And I'm tired of this, you know?
No.
You know your job as a police officer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why did you just come and say that the plate was expired? This is 2020. Look at it. It's 2020.
I get that.
No, but I saw you over there. I saw you over there.
Oh, I didn't see the driver.
Yeah, you saw me over there. You saw me over there.
Well, yeah, of course I saw you.
Yeah.
So I ran the plate.
Yeah, you saw me over there. Now you see me. I'm driving an expired plate.
Yeah, no, that's my mistake. Honestly, got here.
Yeah, you should look first. Give me my license, driver.
I did.
Yeah, you should look first before you just pull people.
I did look.
Yeah, but you saw me first. I saw you look at me first. Yes, you look at me first.
I ran a plate.
No, you never.
Whoa, what do you think? I can't tell. I think that's how you know I'm white. He's been pulled. Okay. He's been pulled over 5 times. What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck?
Why are you looking inside my?
NCAA or NBA or some shit. Sorry, I used to go to Ottawa U too. Did they
Crime fishing.
Yeah, the time we were whooping them.
Yeah.
Excuse me, why you need to put the light on my car? Why you need to?
I'm just looking inside the vehicle.
Yeah, but you don't. Why are you looking inside my car?
I'm allowed to look inside the vehicle.
You have a search warrant?
No, I'm not. Am I searching the vehicle? I'm just looking inside.
What the fuck?
You stopped me for 16 minutes for nothing. 16 minutes. Look at it. 16 minutes. I've been recording you. 16 minutes. You've been stopping me.
That being said, there's no roof on the car, and I'm looking inside.
What the fuck?
Nothing in there, shit.
That can't be legal.
Yeah, I know. It's stereotype. Black people are stereotype. Black people are stereotype. When black people are stereotype.
Yo.
Black people are. Yeah, you look at stereotype.
Look at it.
No, he's not. You're not doing your job. You're just fucking walking up into 2 people chilling in their car, like, just investigating some crimes. You guys are criming tonight. Like, what the fuck?
2 minutes. I stop here.
Okay, this is way more blatant. This is like way easier to read.
Yeah, I see all the seven stereotype. You don't see black people, you always stereotype.
Bruh.
What's that? Last time they you guys fuck up my knee, that press charges.
Come on, 20. I've been saying 18 minutes for nothing
I
here.
don't know, man. This is
Yo, but this is fuck shit. Like, it was so easy. It could have been so
leaning
like,
up on the car and
with
shit.
The 3 officers that were here, and now there's like 10 cars here. That's fucked up.
They like to cause the scenes, huh?
What? Are we gonna kill someone? And look, the poor miskin hooligan is there in the background. Not saying
how you doing?
Yo. Holy shit. Okay, so that is a perfect segue to watching police in Alberta interacting with protesters at the Coots blockade. Again, a place where the premier has said, Premier Kenny for the province, like, yo, go home. People are using your movement to like do some dark shit. Like stop. Our home and our native land. Wild. Yo, this would be awesome if there wasn't like such a stark contrast with how police behave in other situations with other people for some unknown reason.
We stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard.
Not looking good, everybody.
For thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
So I think that kind of sets up why Sloly would have resigned. Like there is definitely something going on with the police. But let's move on. So he wrote that op-ed about Abdirahman Abdi, who pretty clearly showed that police are racially motivated in a lot of their interactions. I think that term crime fishing is perfect. Ottawa Police Union President Matt Scoff countered and said Sloly's remarks about systemic racism inflamed the rank and file. You know what we've learned in 2022? You know what's worse than being racist? Being called a racist. It's truly the real racism. He said Sloly failed the leadership test. Watch this interview. That's okay. In October 2020, OPS senior officers went into overdrive trying to strengthen relationships with minority communities. They were bracing for the verdict of CST. What's CST? What's CST? Constable, of course. They were bracing for the verdict of Constable Daniel Motion. He was acquitted in the death. Wait, that dude got killed? Wait, what? Oh, boy. And he was cleared of charges. So we got this guy putting out videos like, yo, police be pressing on me, constantly like all up in my shit. And then like dies, and the man who kills him gets acquitted. Wow. Constable. Thanks, Daniel. This is some backstory I did not know. Yeah, there's like a big delay, especially for YouTube. Then 1 month later, Sloly approved the use of force to end a small protest of Indigenous and Black activists. They were outnumbered 3-1 after blocking off an intersection for 36 hours to draw attention to defunding the police. Police arrested 12 people. hey, look. Oh, golly gee. Remember when we watched this happen in Coots and the police just sort of like kept advancing the line. People kind of like backed up a little bit and then the police just sort of retreated. They just like formed a column and then walked back. That was interesting. What are they going to do here? Certainly calmly and peacefully arrest these people or ask them to leave. Oh, okay, nothing happened. Descend upon protesters? That didn't look like descending. Oh, okay, slowly approved the use of force. So yeah, they ended up getting... He called the police response a success because there were no outright acts of violence. 2 days later, he called the protest an occupation and admitted that police couldn't end it by themselves. Oh, this is back to the Convoy protest. On Monday, Chief Sloly called the police response a success because there were no outright acts of violence. Yeah. There's a lot of criticism of Sloly's leadership and decisions. Does he have the support of his members, some who may sympathize with Convoy protesters? The head of the Convoy security is a former RCMP officer who refused to get vaccinated, and he had a very unusual, like I'm quitting speech. Oh, Canada. Yeah, 6-pound bass. How few our freedoms have become. Yeah, any particular freedoms you feel have been restricted? So what is the solution? Policing costs are more than $800,000 a day, and there isn't a lot to show for it. Downtown Ottawa residents feel abandoned and are taking matters into their own hands, organizing counter-protests. And we covered that, the Battle of Billings Bridge, which was quite the story. Almost come to the end. Police in the city let them drive huge trucks into the core, build illegal camps. There's public intoxication, urination, defecation. Conservative MPs are posing for photos with them. Super cool. Then there are the extremists who are part of this protest, the QAnon conspiracy theorists, the people who fly Confederate flags, display Nazi symbols. We've talked about this. We have to acknowledge that white privilege is driving this protest, and a black police chief took the fall. This is now past tense. So yeah, that was a lot of really helpful context to support this statement. For me, there's something unsettling about the sight of a black police chief being undone by a group of predominantly white men flouting laws. So I think that she nailed it on the head. And this is the police officer who was cleared of charges.
Anger and pain fill the streets. It stops traffic. Constable Daniel Monsion's acquittal falls far short of what the victim's family and supporters consider justice.
Abdurrahman Abdi didn't die on that day. He died every single moment that every single black person, an indigenous person, has died, and there was no accountability.
This was the scene on the day Abdurrahman Abdi died. The anguished cries of a mother as she's kept from helping her unconscious son. In July 2016, video captured Abdi's deadly ordeal.
What the fuck?
While trying to arrest him, 2 officers struck him with batons and kicked him. Constable Monsion punched him in the face while wearing knuckle-plated reinforced gloves. In his ruling, the judge said the Crown failed to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Monsion's punches killed Abdi.
What?
The judge said it was possible that Abdi suffered a cardiac arrest when his head hit the ground.
What?
When the other officer knocked him down.
What the fuck?
There was no brutal beating. I think we're going to see in the actual judgment that it was on balance, a blow to the pavers when he was taken down by Weir that caused that nose fracture.
So when they threw him to the ground, that's okay and doesn't count compared to all the punches. Like, how the fuck did you walk yourself backwards into that argument?
Constable also faces an internal investigation.
Whoa.
Monsion has been suspended with pay for more than 4 years. He now plans to return to work.
Yikes, man.
As for the Abdi family, they plan to sue Monsion and the Ottawa Police Service for $1.5 million.
What the fuck?
They are truly devastated by the decision.
This man just mysteriously had a cardiac arrest after this this peaceful altercation. That's fucked up. That was really fucked up. Like, I know Toronto's had a very serious problem because there was a damning human rights report a couple years back. I didn't know how true that was, and I know it's fairly true in Montreal. So you assume Ottawa, but you don't know to what extent. And there we go. That was just a few years ago. And Sloly was the one trying to be like, yeah, guys, don't you see? Don't you see? Like, it's probably something we should fix here. Probably something we could work on ourselves. I don't know. All right, let's read his resignation letter. It is with a heavy heart I am announcing I have stepped down as Chief of the Ottawa Police Service. 2 years ago, I took on this role with a challenge to deliver change. Together, we brought forward a renewed focus on neighborhood policing, overhauled the Ottawa Police Service culture, and built a service that better reflects the diversity of the community we serve. Notice a couple key words there. Overhauled culture, maybe not. Built a service reflects diversity of the community. It has been a difficult journey, but I'm incredibly proud of what we have accomplished. Since the onset of this demonstration, I have done everything possible to keep the city safe and put an end to this unprecedented and unforeseeable crisis. We have acquired new resources and enforcement tools and stood up the new integrated command center. I am confident the Ottawa Police Service is now better positioned to end this occupation. So, new resources and enforcement tools. I think I saw one stat that was like 20% of Ottawa's police budget goes to the police. 20%, like every $1 in $5. Yikes. And the new integrated command center was set up like day 14 or something. Whoa, Alberto, can you not use that type of language? Can you please not use that language? Please don't do that. I don't want to have to ban you over something as easily fixable as strong language. Like, come on. There's some words that are better than others. To the hardworking members of the Ottawa Police Service, you have my utmost respect and admiration. It has been my honor to lead and serve with you. Thank you for putting your trust in me and for working with me to bring about necessary change. To the people of Ottawa, city workers, and community partners, thank you for welcoming my family and me and for the opportunity to serve and protect. Right. Righto. Righto. Okay. Doug Ford's ex-chief of staff leads back-channel talks between City of Ottawa's protesters. So that probably didn't help the whole negotiations. Dean French helped broker deal to have trucks move out of residential neighborhoods. So yeah, Doug Ford's got his sticky little fingers. It's his ex-chief of staff, actually. So I don't know how close they are. I don't know the politics behind that. Dean French, the controversial former chief of staff to Ontario Premier Doug Ford, is leading the back-channel negotiations between the City of Ottawa and the protesters occupying downtown. Multiple sources have told CBC News that French is acting as Ottawa Mayor Jim Watson's go-between, communicating with the leaders of the protest that has choked the city for 19 days. Sounds like a fixer to me. The sources say French brokered a deal last weekend under which the estimated 400 trucks in residential areas would move to contain the protest zone to the streets immediately beyond Parliament Hill. Just give me a second. Where's my chat? Weird. Okay. The sources say French brokered a deal last weekend under which the estimated 400 trucks in residential areas would move to contain the protest zone to the streets immediately around Parliament Hill, but we found out that didn't actually work. One of the protest leaders, Tamara Litch, cast doubt on whether such a deal had actually been made. Cool. Sounds like success to me. You know what often works when you negotiate with people who are trying to overthrow the government? Reconciliation. Anti-mandate protest outside BC high school leads to confrontation. Protester hurling insults at student. Cool. She got fined. This lady went to a school. That's crazy. An anti-mandate protest outside a South Okanagan high school, which students say school officials and police failed to prevent, resulted in a verbal confrontation between adults and students, and in one case, a protester yelling a racially charged insult and profanity at a student. Oh, that's incredibly. I honestly didn't expect that. Big surprise. The incident unfolded on Friday, February 11th. So that was like 5 days ago. 10 students took part in the walkout, while approximately 20 adults who had participated in the convoy gathered on the road and sidewalk outside the school to protest. Wow, that is some weak energy. Staffer of Ontario's Solicitor General steps away after online donation to Freedom Convoy. Wow. Director of Communications for the Solicitor General of Ontario. Oh, God. This shit goes right up to the top. Right to the top. Okay. We're going to get into some Canadian anti-hate network. They had an interesting thread on some of the people who are being charged with conspiracy to commit murder. So let's find out about some of these folk. Following the RCMP raid and seizure in Coots, Chris Lysek, once called the head of security for Diagolon by de facto leader Jeremy McKenzie, has been accused of conspiracy to commit murder. McKenzie, who is facing possible weapons charges himself after being arrested in mid-January in Nova Scotia. No shit. Nova Scotia. Interesting. Is now claiming the weapons were planted and that he doesn't know who the weapons belong to. Regarding this and whatever allegedly seized or planted in Coots, I have no idea who these belong to. Allegedly someone we don't know was handing these patches out in Coots. They did not come from me or the guy that sells them. I have no idea who gets a cheap off brand, never been used in brand new carrier like this, and sets it up like a LARP kid. Yeah, looks like he's doing damage control. Lysik, who posted to various Telegram channels and chats as Sly Fox, appeared to be preparing for a show of force in response to perceived pending removal of the Coots blockade. Other users in Diagolon channels referenced that Lysik was at the blockade. Lost comms with Coots truckers, RCMP operation likely underway. I wonder how many innocent people they'll destroy today. 13,000 views. Sly is still active on IG. He's there in Coots. Attention, the word from the this is from Sly Fox. Attention, the word from the RCMP is they are going to physically remove us. Our response is, let's lock the country down, show them the people have the power. Okay. I've seen worse. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good job, Nova Scotia. Coots, after 18 days of blocking the U.S.-Canada border, truckers and farmers return home. They won the battle. Vaccine mandates were lifted in Alberta. Respect for them. So this is someone who's sympathetic. You hear that, everybody? They won. They did it. They totally won. Okay, we're going to get into some stuff that is way outside my wheelhouse. This is from the National Council of Canadian Muslims. They're pretty based. Here's a thread on white supremacist symbols found at the Coots seizure. What does it mean? An explainer. Monday night, the RCMP seized guns, ammo, and other weaponry in 3 trailers at the Coots blockade on the Alberta-US border. 11 were arrested. This has been widely reported, except for one thing, an infidel patch among the seized items. You can see it there. We're going to get a close-up soon. Islamophobia has long helped unite a loose and disparate far right. Muslims remain a targeted enemy for those who see Islam as incompatible with liberty and human rights. Anti-Muslim actors thus proudly label themselves infidels in relation to Islam. So I guess that word means infidel? The term is popular among the far right. It's been found on certain hate group members like the band 3 Percenters, KKK, Soldiers of Odin, or splinter group Canadian Infidels, etc. It often shows up as the Arabic term kafir as tattoos or on clothing. The patch version has become widely available, even on Etsy. It comes in all sorts of shapes and colors. What's Portapeak? Wait, what the fuck's Portapeak? So it's no surprise that actors who wear this patch popular as tactical gear, found a home in the anti-mandate Quds blockade. Such actors see themselves as enemies of Muslims with whom they're locked in a battle for freedom. Ooh, there's that spicy word again. This idea of crusading against Islam has long morphed into popular far-right conspiracy theories spouted by at least one convoy organizer about the global depopulation of white people via Muslim immigration or refugees. Such an idea has led to the massacre of Muslims. Oh, shit. Okay. NCCM has long been calling for the dismantling of hate groups across Canada. Our communities have suffered unspeakable violence because far-right and white supremacist hate has flourished unchecked in Canada. We have made policy suggestions. So, yeah, I mean, like, sorry, guys. What do you want? Like, what do you want? Here's the original image. Where is it? There it is. It's on that guy. So, I don't know. Not good. Port. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that was fucked up. No, fuck that. Oh, fuck that. No, fuck that. That shit was dark. That was one of the darkest things to come out of Canada. I forgot about that. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, here's another image set. I'm going to start pulling up some live streams. Scenes from downtown Ottawa today. Cody from Annapolis Valley, Nova Scotia, got his We the Fringe tattoo just a few hours ago. Woo! We the Fringe 22. Hooey butter. That's the year. Everybody. Can you believe it? It's 2022. How hooey. Attention. Police place all tickets here. We saw that earlier. Or sell them on Amazon has a memorandum. Nothing more democratic than flouting the orders of the court. I want proud freedom, not fear. I don't know what's the problem with that, but except that you don't put words on a flag. I still can't. I just want to get this across to people. And I don't know what that says because I can't read it. He's covered it up with something red for some reason. Okay, let's see what it looks like downtown live Ottawa maintenant. Hey, it's Byward. Look, everybody, Byward.
Walking down Wellington towards Rideau Street.
Looks like there's a lot of transports, a lot of truckers. It's pretty blocked off to me.
Gonna have to look into assigning moderators to the chat.
Yeah, because all those crazy people on the internet that come into the chat say wild
I assume
things.
The more moderators, the better.
Yes.
Just to keep the chat flowing smoothly and at a good pace, not too fast.
Okay, looks like we're getting downtown Ottawa, slowly but surely. Oh, look at this guy running, getting his little morning jog. Yeah, it's pretty quiet on the live feed front. I think there's, yeah, it's pretty quiet. Pretty quiet on the live feed front. So put a bit of music.
Yeah, I guess I could lose the chat altogether.
Read some signs. Freedom pour nos enfants, tabarnak. Thank you, truckers. Mandate freedom. Mandate it. Freedom for all. Just mandate it. God is the way. Freedom is essential. We support the truckers. Trudeau, leave. Or something. Honte à la mafia. God bless our truckers. Make Trudeau a drama teacher again. Thank you, truckers. Must hold. Victory over fear. Dabber wet. I discovered Brett McDonald. Blue collar truckers versus silver spoon politicians. Stop spreading the hate, Trudeau. Too much hate. Oh, get your sign up. Oh my god, this person has never written. Oh my god. Fuck. Freck. Little Stevens. Am a Canadian victim of not Jeffrey Epstein, but Ghislaine Maxwell. Gabriel something in April 1920 massacre in Nova Scotia. Was human trafficking girls and boys. QAnon. That's a Q. Oh, she's got another. Oh my god. To USA when I told me 16-year-old disabled daughter was taken, severely abused. No one has seen her since April 1321. She was begging for help. No help. We have been stripped of our rights. What am I? Oh, she dropped the sign. What am I looking at? Oh, it's ripping. This is very bizarre. Gabriel Wortman, everyone.
Those just tuned in, 8:20 a.m. here at the corner of Wellington and Rideau.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? You hear that, everybody? Good versus evil. We're gonna conquer freedom. We're gonna conquer freedom, make it ours. And we'll decide who has freedom. Good. Look at all that propane and fuel. This guy's got a little setup. He's got a little home. There's the police hanging out. Just, I guess, playing solitaire. And it's very quiet. It's like there's barely even a protest now. There's just like empty trucks, couple like weirdos sleeping in their campers, and then the normies come out. I like, who's gonna be there on a Wednesday afternoon? Go protest. Don't people have to work and shit? Haven't times been tough? That's the part I don't understand. Who can afford to protest for weeks and weeks and weeks? Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm gonna look for other live streams while we watch this guy mosey on about. This is like the main, this is the main feed. I bass goes in so hard. Who wants to listen to Donald Trump Jr.? Huh? Donald Trump Jr.? Okay, so I'm gonna watch. Oh man, Russell Brand's realizing he's considered right wing. That's kind of funny. Okay, but here's Russell Brand saying, "Have the truckers won? Is that a guild acoustic bass? It is an acoustic bass. Is it a guild? Can't remember the make." Let's watch Russell Brand.
And media be.
I love how he always starts with like both hands. He knows how to like use the frame and like keep things active. This man's an entertainer.
Truckers be trucking and media be bitching, but are the truckers winning? That rhymes.
Oh wait, we tried to watch this, but it was really hard.
Hello there, you 4.9 million.
He's really kind of cringy. Oh my god, he's so cringy. He's so cringy. Like fart jokes and stuff. Like what the fuck? Oh, Russell Brand. God damn it. Okay, this is a bit more interesting. Lower quality, but at least we're down in the main block. So yeah, just a couple people milling about. Trucks are still there, but at least they're not blaring horns at like 8 in the morning. Yeah, I love that there is a Russell Brand video called "So I'm Right Wing Now." Oh, humans.
Oh, shit.
Wait, no. Not really much. There's like the other guy walking, and there's this. Man, sound of nature, am I right? Ooh-wee. Love the sound of diesel in the morning. Love the smell of diesel in the morning. So, this is an interesting thread. After 2 grueling years of this pandemic and all the lessons we've learned, hearing Ontario's Premier spew COVID misinformation yesterday is such a slap in the face of every healthcare worker who has sacrificed so much to help keep the people of this province safe. Ontarians deserve better.
Shots. We also know that it doesn't matter if you have 1 shot or 10 shots, you can catch COVID. See, the Prime Minister has triple shots, and I know hundreds of people with 3 shots that caught COVID. And then there's just hardworking people that just don't believe in it. And that's their choice. This is about, again, a democracy and freedoms.
He didn't mention anything about hospitalization.
We also know that it doesn't matter if you have 1 shot or 10 shots, you can catch COVID. See, the Prime Minister...
That's not the point. It's about, like, going to the hospital or not, suffering serious illnesses. Doesn't say they help prevent hospitalization. Yeah, like 30 times. It just reads like he's capitulating to the people who have protested this, while like the capital's like being done in. Oh god, that noise. Oh geez, static. Maybe that's why they only have 8 views. Just the static is awful. But it's more interesting footage than the other guy. So we'll keep it on for a bit while I look around. Okay, I'm just gonna pull up a couple Twitter threads. I tried watching the like city councilors meeting with the interim chief, and that was interesting. But also pretty dry. Okay, yeah, I got a couple news items here we can check out. Mandate freedom to choose. Women's liberties. Native rights. Okay. All right. So under this new Emergencies Act, bringing children to the anti-government blockades that have paralyzed downtown Ottawa and closed border crossings is among the actions that could cost protesters a $5,000 fine or 5 years in prison. Like, yeah, parents are on notice. Get your kids and get out of here. Get gone. I imagine all the fumes are really, really bad for kids. I viewed a stream from BC's attempted protest. The police made the protesters clean up the streets and tents and... Oh my god, what? If you have a link for that, please. That sounds amazing. Not as good as the Ram Ranch stuff from yesterday, but... yeah, this whole, like, we cleaned up after ourselves. It's, like, such kindergarten logic. It's like, yeah, that's the bare minimum of, like, most scenarios, unless you're, like, at a restaurant and you're paying for that privilege. Diane Deans said she's reaching a breaking point and is frustrated when we don't see action. We had a chaotic carnival on Parliament Hill. I wanted to go down there and pop that damn hot tub myself and unplug the bouncy cancel, end quote. And here is that hot tub. Hot tub has been in place for a couple weeks. There is no readily available water source. There has been a steady stream of unshowered protesters, truckers in the tub. The water temp was probably around 100 degrees that entire time. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you Freedom Tea. Amazing. That sounds so gross. Also amazing. Also amazing. Like, it's hard not to admire the chill that's happening right here. These guys are obviously having a great time. Kind of gross. But the first people who got in there, sheesh, they had a good go. Maybe the last couple hundreds, maybe not so much. Okay, so that's that. Trucks. Look at all them trucks. Yeah, I think this person's going out with just like their phone or something, and it's got like a really bad microphone, so the sound of the engine is just becoming like this irritating squeal. So we're just gonna ixnay out of that. Okay, Sean O'Shea. This is a good source. Ottawa Convoy supporters dismiss authority of Emergencies Act. No plans to leave. Cool. Cool. Very cool.
There are lots of questions about what evidence the government has to invoke it. Section 3 defines a national emergency as an urgent and critical situation of a temporary nature that seriously threatens the ability of the government of Canada to preserve the sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity of Canada, and that cannot be effectively dealt with under any other law of Canada. There are checks and balances in place in the Act, plus legal thresholds that must be met. Those have yet to be spelled out by the government.
Really?
David Aiken is looking at the legal and political questions that need some answers. David?
Well, Donna, we have talked to several experts over the last 2 days, all of who say there is considerable doubt as to whether the government has legally met the threshold to declare an emergency.
Really?
So the government of Canada is essentially having to say that these protests threaten the government's ability to preserve the sovereignty, security, or territorial integrity of Canada.
True, though. They blocked an international border and were suffering massive diplomatic consequences for that.
Which I think is quite a significant thing to be claiming.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough because the largest impact is a city of the Ottawa residents right now who've been very impacted. It is the seat of government, but as far as I'm aware, members of parliament have been able to do their job, but they have also been like getting threatened and shit, right? Like with packages showing up.
The Emergencies Act is not there to protect the Canadian economy, which is one of the things that the government has been talking about a lot.
And
that's a fair point. Yeah. Yeah. I've heard that pushback from like leftists that this is an overreach and etc.
Despite press conferences yesterday and again today with the Prime Minister and senior cabinet ministers, the government has yet to provide details or explain why it believes there is a national emergency and exactly what it will do about it.
Yesterday, the Prime Minister invoked the Emergencies Act. 24 hours in, and there are more questions than answers.
I want to be very clear, Mr. Speaker. The scope of these measures are time-limited and geographically targeted.
But does geographically targeted mean?
I think the rub is like, in order for the RCMP to do the job of the Ottawa police force, who are clearly in absolute shambles, Trudeau's invoking like a federal law in order to deal with like a local issue, and so he's trying to thread the needle. That's like, you know, it is an emergency, but we're also only using it in this one spot in Canada. So it begs the question, like, well, then is it a national emergency? I mean, you can definitely like block off a port of entry. You can harm an entire nation by just occupying one spot. I mean, that's part of the point of occupation, but I'm not sure how the Ottawa occupation affects the federal government really. So I don't know. This is a bit less clear cut.
They apply only to downtown Ottawa or to the entire city? Is it one border crossing or all border crossings?
Oh, we don't know yet.
One province or several? The Prime Minister did not say. Details like that and many more are the kind of thing that both MPs and senators will want.
You heard it here first on the mainstream meme news. On Global National, asking the hard-hitting questions.
Before they vote to confirm the government's application of the Emergencies Act. By law, both chambers must begin debating this issue within the week. That debate will be followed by a vote, and the government must get a majority in both chambers. If it fails in either chamber, well, that's it. That's the end of the Emergency Act and the end of any special powers the government wants to exercise.
Wow, okay. So it might fail. It might just flop. I heard the NDP was back in the minutes. CPC and Bloc Québécois that were against it, I think. I could be wrong on that, though. So that's interesting. That's curious. Yeah. Yeah, Vaush has been all over this, just fucking being Vaush, I guess. I don't really know who this guy is.
Are you a fucking liberal? What are you, a fucking liberal?
Yeah, that's basically been him the entire time. His take is, do you think ignoring due process to freeze the assets of protesters is a non-violent alternative to military dispersal? Or do you know what systemic violence is? No guns equals no violence, or state power is violence. Like, he's going super hard on this. Super. What are you, Canadian or normal? Like, look at this. He's just fucking fighting off the horde of Canadian liberals coming to take my civil rights away. Okay, Vaushman bad, everyone. Vaushman bad. Trudeau explaining to his people how revocation of citizenship is the only way to protect Canada from the striking Dairy Queen workers. He's literally making ingsoc memes. This guy's going so fucking hard. Me in 12 hours explaining to Canadians in chat how framing economic disruption as terrorist activism deserving of using emergency powers to bypass due process is actually very bad if you're a leftist who wants strikes or also just not brain damaged. Dude, they're not only freezing... I should fix this. Dude, they're only freezing account tied to illegal donations. If by illegal donations you mean fundraising for people hurting the economy, then congratulations, you are now criminalizing strike funds. But the law... This is Canadians, except instead of money, they want you to take their due process away. He's just fucking going way too hard. Way too hard. You're not okay with suspending due process? What are you, some kind of far-right chud? A real socialist would know using emergency powers to attack people engaging in economic disruption is necessary and cool, actually. Canadian pictured fleeing the mob. She received $5 over GoFundMe after disrupting the economy by quitting her job at Starbucks. And for the Conservatives getting a semi over this, please know that I am fully comfortable with Trudeau sending in the military to reclaim necessary infrastructure, and think doing so is infinitely less political worrying than the shit he's planning to do. Quote, why, yes, I do understand how using force to reclaim infrastructure is less authoritarian than the suspension of due process to target people for economic disruption, and also acknowledge the fact that freezing assets is a form of violence. How could you tell, Giga Chad? So, yeah, anyone who disagrees with this is concerned only with the aesthetic of control and violence and doesn't care about their actual forms. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Is Vaush based, or is he full of shit? He's really good at memeing, though. He's incredibly good at memeing. I like mad respect for his craft. But I don't know. I think this is bullshit. This is bullshit. You can't hijack our entire country, suck up all the oxygen in the room, shut down the economy, threaten people in their cities, bring guns to a protest. 4 out of 5 Canadians are against this protest. We just had an election on the issues you're protesting. Like, there's so much of the context just ripped away. Anyways, Emergencies Act isn't even going. So, oh look, trending in Canada, Trudeau for treason. That's cool. It's cool. And someone took like a picture. They didn't even take a screen grab. Just put their phone up to their fucking... This is who we're up against, everybody. They don't know how to take screen grabs. And so they take pictures with their phones. Like, oh God, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. Look, my tweet did well. Why are sweeping emergency powers needed to get government and police? Oh God. Trudeau walked out of question period again today? Oh geez. Have you already covered Trudeau's mommy telling social media to stop being mean to him? What? Please tell me that's real. Please tell me that's real. That's fucking hilarious. It's cool, everyone. The interim Ottawa police chief, Steve Bell, says, we do believe we have provided adequate and effective policing. Everything's cool. You want to have a look at that adequate policing? This is from Yiping Gay. It's just like, I guess, Ottawa resident. Sai gifted a parking ticket by the city after a 24-hour shift at the hospital. I'll pay the fine because there are rules, but I wish these rules apply equally to the disruptive protesters in downtown, where I also live, causing plus traffic delays to get to the hospital. Irony. Bruh. $65. $65. Guy just did 24 hours in a hospital. Kill me. Awful. Awful. In a video game. Gotta add that part to it. Okay, let's see how this is going. Refresh this live stream and check back in on that other one.
Party Prism app.
Is he just talking?
Good morning, everyone. Bell's Corners in the house. Glad to have you here.
Look at that footage. Okay, he's just talking to his audience. Cool. So yeah, if you live in Montreal, there's going to be a poetry slam this Sunday. It's going to be really good. It's going to be fun. Theatre St. Catharines. Sunday. 9:30 p.m. I'm probably going to be hosting it in French and English. Should be fun. Oh yeah, New York Times really messed up on this story too. They really had a hard time actually reporting on it in any competent fashion. Jesus. Oh, let's skip ahead. It's better. Just looking around for other news. Can't believe there's a Trudeau for treason. Hashtag. Jesus. Might be worth watching the question period from the last couple days. Let's see if I can pull that up. How many performers at the slam will incorporate RAM into their jam? Probably zero. The RAM thing is pretty niche stuff. Although, oh yeah. All right, here we go. Let's go. Yeah. I mean, some poets I know are hooked into this. Leave Justin alone. Yo, that's a meme. That's obviously a meme. Someone's memeing. Nix, I can't believe you fell for that. Yo, Momo, how you doing? How you been? How's it going? We're covering the Ottawa protests. I've been all week. Got some YouTubers and some Twitch chatters in here. Learned about how the police chief had to resign and how he was a reformer for racial justice. We dug into that history and that was pretty fucked up. Right now, we're kind of just looking around for other live streams happening. There's a hashtag trending Trudeau for treason, which is based and awesome. Super cool and normal. And Nix is spreading misinformation in the chat. So that's... You starting work in 15 minutes? Yeah, samesies. Yeah, I should probably get to work at 9 or something. Yeah. Maybe get a quick croissant. Get a quick croissant in. Speak some French. There's a poetry slam this Sunday. If you want to come out. Theatre St. Catherine. I should be hosting. And it'll be based. It'll be interesting. It'll be different. Kept snoozing the alarm. Yeah, I was up at 3 this morning. 3:30. Just oh God, kill me. And then fell asleep at 5. Parents are visiting? Okay, that's cool. There should be other poetry slams. One hopes. They're getting harder and harder to pull off, though. Holy shit. Okay. Let's see what else has happened. We've got a couple live streams waking up. But most of it's like bridge cams and like empty roads and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Found a screen grab. I know Twitter is easy to edit in HTML. No, but you know it's a meme because the leave Justin alone. That's from the leave Britney alone. That's what they're doing. That's the meme. You need to leave Britney alone. Or leave Britney alone. Remember that? Montreal croissants are great. Yo, there's this amazing bread shop, La Première Moisson, and it's like you get like better bread there, and it's like about the same price as like that really loamy Italian stuff you get at the grocery store. And I just got 6 croissants for $7. It's like, oh my god, just fucking 2 croissants a day. So good. Seem to be up at 3 a lot these days. Yeah. The insomnia's kicked off with pandemic, and it just comes in waves. I have a 20-page paper due today, so maybe just stressing about that. I don't know. All right, this one's a bit more colorful. Looks like it's 2 streams spliced together, one from last night, one from this morning, maybe. I've also been like, I started writing a new song. I'm like really excited about it, and it's got like really weird, I don't know, parts in it. And yeah, I just been obsessing over it. Wanna fix it up. Rip has offered me, is that Trudeau? They're memeing everybody. Yeah, this has got to be like last night. I cannot believe how many people were out. Is this really the scene in Ottawa? No way, man. It's hard to tell when this was took. I feel like this is like just fucking recycled material. not the actual live shit. All right, War Campaign is live. See what's going on with him.
Keeping it warm, like keeping it in my armpit. All right.
There you go. You got some techniques down.
I do.
Go.
I do now. I've learned over time how to do this.
War Campaign holding down the chat.
There we go. See that old dogs can learn new tricks, especially if the tricks are not acrobatic ones.
Sounds like that kind of dog can't learn a new trick.
There we go, walking down bank. It's gonna be interesting. Let's take a look today and see what's happening. Now we've got emergency orders have come into effect. Let me open up the chat over here.
Oh no, I don't have COVID. I just got my booster. So I was kind of.
Thank you everybody for joining us.
Kind of recovering from that.
Getting started. We're gonna see what the mood is. Gonna talk to the truckers, support the convoy. So thank you for joining us.
That's right. And if you can hear Pan properly, let me know, please, because I have just hooked it up to
another thing I should mention. I've figured out. I'm gonna have a conversation with some other Twitch streamers on the Canadian trucking convoy situation. Probably not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I'm gonna get half baked takes, Radiant. Half white, full black, and the Paradigm Shift as some guests. And I'm just going to try to kind of facilitate an interesting conversation And I think it would be a nice way to sort of bookend. I'm sure this is going to be over by next Sunday. And it will be some interesting voices, some people you might not have heard before. I met them all at the Hippy Dippy. They're all pretty based. So yeah, I think that's like kind of like the next show that's going to happen. COVID cases are dropping globally, thankfully. Yeah, thank fuck. It's been a long winter. Another long winter. This is not the longest winter I've been through. It's the second longest winter I've been through. Like last year was the longest. Oh my god. So look at this, everybody. This is what true patriotism looks like. You just fly enough flags, and then you can call the leader who won a democratically elected election a traitor. That's all it takes. If you just have enough flags. Everyone knows more flags equals more freedom. Yeah. So unfortunately, Vaush is trending because of his bullshit. When a government starts trying to cancel dissent or avoid dissent is when it's rapidly losing its moral authority to govern. Harper in 2005. It's like, y'all have had 3 weeks. So 3 weeks of dissent. What are you talking about? Please. A crumb. Canadians, we all need to set aside our differences and come together. We're all in this together. Yeah. Yeah, they really want to take... There's a editorial in the Toronto Sun from Sun Media. Golly. What a surprise. All right, we got to listen. We have got to listen to this guy.
With this, if I could have one message to get out to everybody, it'd be this. So please like and share. And
oh, the DMCA.
With this Emergency Act coming into play, it directly affects my line of work.
Yeah. I hate how they play the DMCA music, though. Just like keeps cutting in. My God. So yeah, they be memeing. He's starting to walk around. Wow, it's dark in Ottawa this morning. How the fuck are these two people in the same city? What the fuck? This guy's in Ottawa and it looks like that, and this guy's in Ottawa? Oh, I see. I'm a dummy. Yeah, this ended and then it skipped to the beginning. Okay, that makes more sense. Oh no, did we lose war campaign? There we go. Maybe we just go back a few seconds. It seems like his bit rate's really poor. We'll go back like a minute or so. There we go. So yeah, looks like the streets are opening up. City's waking up. Hope you're waking up. Get your coffee. I'm gonna have me a croissant. I gotta finish a paper. It's like good walking music. So yeah, I'm going to end a bit early today just because I got to eat before I head to work and stuff. Another really good streamer that's covering this is Heem, and he's super interesting and entertaining. He's another Canadian streamer. So I'm gonna send you Twitch chatters on over to him. He's super bass and cool. So yeah, give him a follow once you land. And yeah, that's it for me, everybody. I'm gonna head on out. I won't be here tomorrow or Friday because I'll be working in schools and stuff, but I'll be here Saturday. Bye, everyone. See you later. Have a good one.